Alright guys, welcome back again. Today, we have finally returned. You might have waited a week, but the wait, it's worth it, right? It's worth it, right? So yeah, if let's talk about the recap. Now we're back at another duo. So yeah, let's recap. If you haven't heard of what happened this week, last if you did watch last week's stream, ah ah, last time. Let's see. Wait until the bar is filled. One, two, three, four, five, six, and seven, eight, nine, 10. Last time. Let's talk about last time. Last time we saw the introduction of the elite system. If you haven't seen it, go watch last stream. There's like lists on there. So yeah, you can see it. So yeah. Yeah, I did not know the 2000s would end up like this, but we'll see. But anyways, last time we saw that we see a bunch of countries unite, but six of them united under elitism, which is the same ideology as East Asia, which is a form of democracy and pyramidism. So elitism. So yeah, the more you're on higher, the more free you are. But most of them are not from. They're sixthly in a region. One of them is in the Philippines, called East Asia Elita. So the Philippines are more equal than compared to like Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Japan, Korea, China. Compared to those, you won't get better than the Philippines. You can still get good infrastructure, as good as right here, but you're mostly likely going to have less rights than them. So yeah, but next up, Mongolia Elite. So yeah, Mongolia is mostly on the north. If you got, if you're from like right here, not above the mountains, you do not count as Mongol. So yeah, they don't. Manchuria, you're not. You Siberia, you don't count. So yeah, they believe this is all Mongolia. Although the biggest region, not the best. Not the best. Then we got Mesopotamia Elite. So yeah, this was also kind of different compared to like all the other elite nations because all three of them are working together. Egypt is united with, they get their own regional power. So yeah, it's, if you want to live in the elitist country, you can live in Mesopotamia. It is known as the best of the bunch. So yeah, they're just Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Persia, which is the biggest region of there. But this, but the main one is right here in Baghdad. Arabia does get good. So yeah, they do treat people mostly fairly, but the elite system's still there. And it's still kind of hot. So yeah, you're not powerful. We got Africa elite. So yeah, the elite system is mostly in Mika, aka South Congo. So yeah, Zimbabwe, what? I mean, Tanzania, you're going to get less than Mika, but Central Africa, you don't get much compared to them. South Africa, you don't get much compared to. Now we got Pacifica Elite. It's going to be kind of a big one since it's mostly from the more Chico. So yeah, it was reunited after Pacifica just broke in pieces. El Dorado and San Diego. This might actually kind of be the biggest gap compared to Oasis. Yeah, the best people are right here, especially the capital right here. But we don't talk about that. But Colombia, not much rights. This one, not much rights. Chile, not much rights. Well, Central and South Chile, see. And even most of Peru, although they are pretty high, they're not higher than Portuguese, elder up. And then we got the last one, which is the most surprising one. Crablandia Alita. This is the biggest one so far. Because it almost unites a cool continent other than some Mexican rebels. And also, Luria is also trying to invade it, but we'll talk about that later. And then a group of countries was like, yeah, we form a coalition against these powerful nations. So yeah, they declared war on the elites. So yeah, let's go. But there's also, so yeah, they managed, that's the recap. Now let's go. But let's talk about something that has been kind of big. Yeah, let's look at the world map. So yeah, the year is the 2000s. Is it really the 2000s in their world? Probably. Most likely, yeah. Since it started in Crowley, and they evolve away faster. Even though there is some land left right here to claim, it's still pretty big. Compared to other nations, this is big. So yeah. So yeah, this is a lot of systems right here. So yeah. There are a lot of countries, especially in the 2000s, which is surprising but unexpected since there's elites right here. So yeah, especially in Europe, it's united under three nations. If you don't count the one that blew the economy, there's the Netherlands, the Roman empires, and Norway. But something will happen because war is still happening. But there would be some things that manage to not please, well, the people, since they're tired of war and they've been fighting for like more than 50 years. That's longer than any war America fought. So yeah, there is going to be some rebels out. But now, let's see who makes the move first. Pacifica Alita. And they're going to still target, well, Brazil. So yeah, they took back Rio. They don't dare take the forts since they don't want the fate of, well, the forts since that is their biggest weakness in South America, which is forts. So yeah. They nearly took out Lugo, but they still stand strong than ever. Now, we got Western Africa. So yeah, they're going to try and take out. They're going to try and take down Egypt since they want to take out Mesopotamia. They captured Carthage thanks to capture Carthage thanks to Roman soldiers helping them. They managed to take forts right here, and this is what's going. And they also tried to also take back the river, but they wasted their moves on this. So yeah, they didn't. Now the Nordic Union. They're going to build a base right here. So yeah, they build an ally base right up here to try and make sure Mongolia does not take these lanes. Fort 4-1. So yeah, Norway is going to try to keep itself safe right now. Yeah, it runs off the borders right here, and they need a way to find a counter. The Netherlands makes the next move. and they're going to invade. Where do the Dutch invade? They know they can take. There's a fort right here, but a big sea right here, and could take out Baghdad. So yeah, they took a little bit of the lands right here, but this is not their main. The main plan is to make sure they cross through the rivers and get some Kazakhstan. This is not going to happen since they're going to take very long to take that, and it's too bad too. Madagascar is next, and they're going to be island hop. So yeah, where do they go next? Since this front is mostly hard to do. So yeah, King Julian had a plan, which is to try to target the Philippines mostly, and make sure they get focused on the Indonesian continent. They sent some of their men to capture these lands right here, which managed to go pretty successfully as you think is. So yeah, they do island hop after island hop and manage to reach, well, Guyana. So yeah, they start to invade Guyana. And now they manage to have a good front on here. And could possibly target the Phillip City, which could be very bad for the Philippines because their capital is right there. It can easily be crossed if they don't have a good navy, which they do have a good navy, but compared to like this, it is not, it is very high. So yeah, let's do pounds, and I'll make it quick pound. One, Crablandia, Lita. Number two, Philippines. Number three, Pacifica. Number four, Mesopotamia. Number five, Mongolia. Number six, right here. Number seven, which is the strongest. That is no lead. Number seven is Madagascar. Number eight is, well, the Netherlands. Number nine, the Romans. And number 10, Ludia. So yeah, that is your power. It's quick power. So yeah, now let's head to the next nation. It's in Siberia. So yeah, they're taking advantage of the war, of course, and go ahead and start to invade up. They reach the fort of four, and then they start to conquer. Leave the lands to given to Tibet since they're getting invaded. They still reach most of Mongolia. So yeah, they got a plan, but that plan will wait. Now we got the Roman Empire, and they did a large Spain. So yeah, they continue their conquest into Anatolia, reaching through, well, most of well, now reaching the Kurdish regions, and now they managed to connect successfully to the Dutch. So yeah, this was their plan all along. Let the Romans deal with the South, and they'll deal with Central Asia. So yeah, that was a plan that they're doing all along. Deal with Central Asia, and they'll deal with the rest. So yeah, since yeah, do notice that their movements are very swift. Well, not swift, but they're dangerous. So yeah, they reach all the way to Anatolia, and they manage to capture these regions and almost reach the capital of Baghdad. But they decided, let's do another operation, which will damage them before they get anywhere close. So yeah, they reached through the castle of Jerusalem and nearly stopped and head get some more resources. So yeah, Nordic Union is going to strike, and they'll strike the rest of the land, making no single white dot here to ever happen again. But they managed to decide to cross through the rivers right here, start to invade right here, and then Mongolia, although the Nordics are struggling, they're not struggling as bad compared to the others. They managed to get land successfully, and this is what we got. Now, Federation of Beluga. Yeah, they managed to fight back harder than ever. They retake Rio back, and now they reach up to the rivers right here. So yeah, that is their next move that they did. Federation of Beluga decides to strike again, and it does well again. They reach to the Atlantic of North Brazil. So yeah, they're still striking. Pacifica Elita was like, alright, we're going to fight back hard. So yeah. Well, they didn't fight back hard because they didn't get Rio back. Even though they got Rio, well, they got this, it was not. So yeah. Mongolia Elita in 2011. They decided, yeah, we're going to fight back again. So where does Mongolia strike? They strike right here. Do they strike Norway? Or do they strike Tibet? Well, answer, they strike all of them. So yeah. They strike up north. They strike right here. And they just strike right over here. Which was way too much for us. So yeah, this caused little gains. So yeah. Next up, the Roman Empire. Yeah, they're continuing their great expand, and then started to take some of the rivers right here, and caused, well, the separation of Egypt and Mesopotamia, which, in that sense, probably will make the Egyptians leave the war immediately. But not only that, they successfully captured Baghdad and managed to capture the first elites and imprison them. So yeah, this is the first elite nation to fall over to, well, the Romans. So yeah, the Romans successfully captured the elites. So yeah, very successfully, very efficiently. This is game over for Mesopotamia Elita. So yeah, no matter how hard they tried, it failed tremendously. So yeah, this is the first elite nation to fall over to, well, to a nation that isn't elite. So yeah, this goes there successfully, and the Romans managed to gain a lot out of this war. So yeah, this is already game over for, well, any nation from the elites, because we see the separation of many. So yeah, they just surrendered, and they just agreed to the peace terms, which this will be the first peace treaty, the Treaty of, well, Africa. So yeah, this treaty will be pretty big. So yeah, it's going to, will just split them in many pieces. They demand the elites to be gone. Egypt reluctantly agreed, and they just sign out of the war. So yeah, Egypt just left the war. Yeah, just like that. Egypt is now the first country to leave the elites. So yeah, this is going to scare, well, Africa elite since there's now another country that's an elite. Yeah, they're done. So yeah, and they also demanded Iran to be released along with Central Asia. So yeah, they agreed and give the nations their independence. Caspia is now back in the series. So yeah, Caspia gained its independence. So, so yeah, Caspia it's now independent now. So yeah, this is not good for any elite. So right here. So yeah, Caspia gained all these lands right here, and then we see Persia is about to leave them too. But under something very interesting. Something interesting also. We don't just see one Persia. We see two. So yeah, this is the return of Persia, but they're small compared to its last form. Because they're going to release the Lion Team back into the atmosphere. So yeah, this is Persia, and the other nation is going to be the Lion Team. So yeah, this tree lasted a few years, but after a while, okay, which we got Persia. Uh, so yeah, they demanded a new leader and a new government. So yeah, this is what happens to the nation. So yeah, this is successfully been their mission successfully has been done. So yeah, now they can just support other nations. So yeah, the Dutch front has been successful, and now we got their next operation. One elite is down, and now there's a few more to go. Mesopotamia elite is now Mesopotamia gone. So yeah, this is called Arabia once again. So yeah, this is Arabia. Yeah, there. So yeah, this is gone. So yeah, the Romans have successfully won against Mesopotamia elite. Now what is next? Well, Mongolia elite was like, uh-oh. So yeah, they got their Siberian counterpart. Manchuria was like, yeah, we're done. Yeah, the United Manchuria Front rebellion happened. So yeah, United Manchuria was like, yeah, we're going to leave y'all. And then this is now the worst loss that has happened. So yeah, not only the Philippines got watched as this new nation appears from the elites, but now this could actually happen to like right here. So yeah. Yeah, let's continue this expand in armor. So yeah, there could still be splits, but not as much as this right here. So yeah. Now we head over to the Federation of Beluga. Yeah, they plan another counterattack right here. And manage to successfully go up and manage to form like go across the river to secure gains. In Ethiopia, Somalia, they're going now strike up south. And they decided, yeah, let's make sure that we're going to start losing. So yeah, because now Ethiopia can start targeting them. Yeah, the whole front of Africa can now target them. So yeah, they managed to go down Tanzania, get Van City, and then get all Tanzania. Head for Zimbabwe, and then they cross through or go down here, and also now stop. The Federation of Lugo continues, and they get a new leader. Will this new leader survive and make this nation greater? We don't know. Now, they win Siberia. They got a new leader. So yeah. And Egypt is announcing they're going to just supply them. So yeah. West Africa gets a small boost. So yeah. Even a small boost is enough to take out, well, to attempt to take down the elites. So yeah. United Manchuria is going to get expanded. Which now after they see it, Manchuria is starting to invade them, so taken out, well, so yeah, they manage to cross through the Korean River. They get more of the land done here. And now China is questioning, should we leave? And the elites were like, please no, please no. And then this is what will probably make the crossing point. So yeah, Manchuria is now united under one front. I can't believe this might what be the 2026 map be like after a long time. So yeah. Next up, now we're headed to the future. Argentina. So yeah, they plan a large counterattack, taking some of their islands, and that'll possibly be it. Argentina strikes down south, reaching the lands right here, taking the Falkland cities, and this will be it. So yeah, thanks to the help of like West Africa, you go. Yeah, they successfully took islands after islands. So yeah, they managed to strike down, and this became the new nation right here. The Netherlands. So yeah, they got a new leader named Maka. So yeah, they're tired of Mama and kicked her out again. Let's hope that does not start another arc. Let's hope that doesn't start another arc. So yeah. And where did she go? Oh no. Oh, there's a boat in right here. What is it? Oh no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, man, here we go again. Well, Now, anyways, they support Norway. Well, Madagascar gets another name. And their next move is to continue their Indonesian plan. But this time, they successfully just make a border right here. And then just stop. Because they're tired of this front moving, so they head to this next front. So yeah, the Philippines is starting to worry a lot. So yeah, this managed to gain a lot of traction. And then, as the Madagascar people just, yeah, we'll call them loons, but they're mostly from Madagascar, so we don't know if they're, but they closely got all these lands right here. This was successfully been done, and now this is successfully been captured. Half of right here. Tibet is now finally getting a chance, and no, it did not. Tibet rebels were like, "Yeah, you failed us. Now we're going to try and take over this whole country." So yeah, Tibet rebels are not on the side of the elites. They do not like the elites, but they do not like how they were treated. So yeah, they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to stand here doing nothing. We need to do something to stop those elites." So yeah, Tibet rebels popped out from nowhere. Let me just. So yeah, they discovered that they're not buying the China right. So yeah, Arabia decides to get support the Madagascar. So yeah, once again, it is a large expand right here, and then they managed to take over Java, the island of Java right here, and now they pushed up to for the islands right here, and now are taking a counterattack right here, reaching up here, and nearly capturing Singapore, which was kind of an important region right. And now it's going to be gone pretty soon. So yeah. Now, Pacifica Elita, how do they respond? Yeah, we're done. So yeah, they now start striking. If we can't get these nations, we're going to get this one, which nearly goes destroying Argentina's, well, advances. East Asia Elita, they responded with trying. They announced that the Chinese front is now banned. So yeah, they do manage to push some in Korea and manage to get this whole island back, but they're like, "Yo, Manchuria, if you leave us alone, you can be independent. We'll wreck." Mongolia was like, "What? Oh no." Nah. So yeah, they were like, so yeah, they decided to continue striking down. They decided to try to protect all their land back. They strike down south. So yeah, their leader is afraid that things might go bad. So yeah, they decide to strike more into Indonesia in order to just make sure their front gets capitulated. Tibet responds with, well, yeah, this is not good. So yeah, Tibet is not focusing on their enemy. Yeah, they certainly have truly left the war unattended in the Tibet Civil War. So yeah, Tibet was one of the founding members of this nation, and now they're just fighting each other. Didn't just find this nation. Which they're like, they abandoned that front suit. Yeah, why do we need to care anymore? So yeah. Arabia. Arabia announces it supports, well, it's going to support Norway now. Well, it supports Madagascar still, so yeah. They announced that they're going to start their campaign back again. And then, with that being said, they start to get all this nation right here. So yeah. They got Malaysia successfully again. They got these islands right here. And it's now starting to look like a game over for the elites. Because now, this is all they got left. Do they just surrender now and base less harsher, or do they keep going in order to fight this elite system? So yeah, Mongolia is starting to think this elite system might have been a terrible, terrible idea. So they announced they were going to give some of the land back to Rome. They announced they are leaving, banning elitism. Yansa is announces the Mongolia elite is now fully abandoned. He believes this system is dead, and now, oh my eyes. See it. They announced this system is now abandoned, and now they will give anything they want to anyone else to give them the lands. So yeah, they announced they have left the war, and now they'll surrender any land they want to give. They give, here's what they give. So yeah, uh, uh, so yeah, they give Tibet. They even ask if they want their land back, and Tibet reluctantly agrees. Yeah, while they still fight their civil war. So yeah, the Asian front is starting to fall apart, and all they can do now, and the Dutch and the Romans now start to focus on this one right here, which soon is going to lead to just being destruction. So yeah, now the Tibet front is now slowly gaining the upper hand. So yeah, this is now falling to pieces now. Tibet rebels, they just like, yeah, what's the point in fighting in China now? Since what is there to gain other than their own lands, right? So yeah, they were like, we're happy with our lands. We don't need any. So yeah, that's what they said, and this is what they wanted to message. So yeah, Tibet is now more like right here. So yeah, Mongolia was like, yo, Manchuria, you want some land? And they're like, sure, I'll not too much, but a good chunk sounds good. Manchuria says, but they ended up getting all of these lands right here. So yeah, United Manchuria and Mongolia. Mongolia is now the second nation to leave elitism behind. So yeah, Mongolia is dead. Well, Mongolia left it. But who is next? The Netherlands. The Netherlands announced they're going to now support the blue. The Dutch announced with Norway and the Netherlands that they're going to support Ludia and also West Africa. So yeah, the Netherlands in the Nordics are supporting Ludia. The Romans are going to support West Africa. That is their deal. That'll happen. So yeah. The Madagascar doesn't need any support anyone else for now, since they could just take out China right now. They're going to try to take out China, since there's now 4 elites left. 2 of them Americas, 1 in Africa, and 1 in Asia. So yeah, they support Bolivia, and now they're going to get a new leader, of course. And it's the Wicca. Of course it's the Wicca. Bolivia returns, and he announced, yeah, we're going to try and take him down. They retake Greenland, and then now starts to head back to their country. And cuts off, well, this front in 2. Cut this front off in 2. So yeah. Mongolia was like, yeah, I'm done. Argentina is now fighting this war with a new leader, Sokolia. Right. Western Africa makes a new front line, and they announce they have fully captured Chad back for their nation, but they should have done that years ago, he would say. And they even start believing that West Africa is now a worthy nation to exist. So yeah, that is what they said to West Africans. Since their gains are very slow in their opinion, compared to the rest of the world, they already took down an elite nation, and another one too. Why is this one taking long to break? The people say. So yeah. Now we head over to Africa leader, where they were like, yeah, I punch you harder for taking Advanced City. Yeah, they start to advance into Ethiopia, Somalia. First India announces they support Madagascar. And they start their advances up more to the region of the north. So yeah. And now they're close to the Philippines. And Philip City is right around the corner. And the Philippines just surrendered. So yeah, this is what they'll gain. The Philippines became the first nation. Now the first nation that became elitism has now fallen. So yeah. Fort Myanmar is fallen. So yeah. They get a treaty, of course. Which will leave half of them left. So yeah. The Philippines announced, yeah, we're done. We're done. So yeah. Now starting up in North. They don't want the Philippines back. So yeah, they believe the Philippines should not exist anymore. They believe it is best that it gets separated into. So yeah. But starting in their biggest region, China will gain its independence. Well, a part of it is since, well, there's a bunch of regions right here. China will gain, this will become China number 1. Since there's a bunch of Chinas that once were there, since China getting its independence would be too powerful out of its own. So yeah, they don't give China any independence so far, and this will require a lot of nations to be fixed. So yeah, this becomes the first nation to what? This is now the first nation to become a new independent nation. So yeah, Fort Monk is right here, and this is the first China that we're gonna see. Tibet will gain some land right here. Yeah, they get all their lands back after a long time. So yeah, Tibet was gaining some lands right here. So yeah, this is nation, the tree of the second tree right here. And also, we don't, we did not forget something right here. So yeah, the rest of the splits are now right here. So yeah, tree 2. So yeah, Japan and Korea will unite under one nation. And they call this Sunland, named after Sunrise Land, but similar to that. Similar to that. And it will be like this reddish pinkish nation right here. So yeah, this is now Japan, but with Korea mixed in. So yeah, the main city is Tokyo right here, and now the elites have started to lose a lot. So yeah, Japan is now here, and this is like silence. They also gave Taiwan right here. Doesn't, but I don't know what it's familiar with, but we'll see. So yeah, Sunrise Land gains a lot of land right here, and another nation was split away from this. This will become. Remember this nation right here? This is Mongolia. So yeah, remember those guys that split off from each other from after wanting to join Tibet? Here it is right here. This is Tibet. So yeah, it is all what we got right here. So yeah, that is now done for here. So yeah, now we head to get the second nation out chest. So yeah, we got another China. So yeah, another China was right here. And this one will become very similar to the blue color. And this is South China. Yeah, they do not, King Julian does not want any mercy with this nation. King Julian, like the 6th or 5th, but they don't want any mercy with this nation right now. They want gone. They do not want to see its existence now right here. So yeah, there's starting to be a lot more nations right here. So yeah, the Philippines is getting destroyed. Now we see the next one. Well, let's do that. So yeah, they they managed to get the newly independent Myanmar to leave. So yeah, the next nation to leave is Myanmar. So yeah, it was a long time coming, but now it's here and it's back. So yeah, this here is Myanmar right here. So yeah, let me just give it a little more land, of course. Now, it gets a little more land since this tree did took a while, but after a while, they successfully gained their lands back, and Myanmar is in peace. So yeah, this leaves the Philippines as its only nation left. So yeah, once Philippines that dominated Oceania and East Asia, yeah, it's gone. Yeah, East Asia leader is now no more. So yeah, it is going to be called the Philippines. the Philippines managed to get a new leader. So yeah. So yeah, the Philippines managed to gain its land nation back. So yeah. And this is under, well, two breath, but anyways. This is their new nation right here. That's now fully formed now. So yeah. Asia is now eliminated of elitism. Now it's just Africa. So yeah. Headed down Tibet, Persia. Persia announces they'll support Somalia, Ethiopia, Somalia, to stop, well, the nations of this breakthrough. So yeah, they managed to gain a large expansion right here. So yeah, to try and take down the elites of down south. So yeah, BNC managed to gain lot done right here. And they were like, yo, Ethiopia, we can take them down. Well, West Africa, you can take them down. And they're like, alright. And West Africa was like, yeah, we're dude. The Netherlands support Bluedia again, which ends up going to start to expand up here. They managed to gain all the land right here and successfully kick him out of Greenland. And now are starting to cross back to the North Pole. And Melissa is not the smartest tool in the shed. South China. Where do they go? For now, they're still to rebuild until World War III, or World War I is now. Monthly rebuilding, Sunland rebuilding, Philippines rebuilding. West Africa, they start another big fence. Its goal is to try and circle AFCEN, but they're not going to be a smart tool. So yeah, they managed to encircle for Elite One and successfully capture it, but lost half of its land. So yeah, this was embarrassing. So yeah. But what isn't embarrassing is they captured AFCEN. And this could be a good chance for them to redeem themselves. But Mika is far, far off, and they need to take over other lanes before they can, well, take over all this. But for now, it'll be. But what isn't good, Crablandia Elita has a turn now. And they're starting their offensive back again. They took over Green. They managed to invade Greenland. And it's starting. And it looks like they got the offensive destroyed again. So yeah. Pacifica Elita, it's its turn. And they got a new leader. It's Al Kamil. So yeah. Expansionist and Joggers. Ethiopia, Somalia was like, yeah, we need to take him down. So yeah, they want to meet up with West Africa to try and stop him. So they head into invade, well, Ethiopia. And that is their slow and hint. But they understand why West Africa now sees this region as a pain. So yeah, they wait. Federation of Beluga. Yeah, they want to hurry to take an invasion out before the new leader comes and tries to destroy everything. That's what they believe would happen. So yeah, Federation of Lugo is kind of scared of that. The Netherlands. They now support Pavlovia again. They supply. And luckily, a large expand is happening. So yeah, this managed, this large support is successful in taking down many of the nations of, well, many soldiers right here, and managed to get a better defense going down here. Ludia has managed to successfully take down the invasion of Treblandia. Now, the Nordic Union is back. So yeah, they believe, well, they need to do one more operation here, which is to take over Kazakhstan. They believe this is an elite nation, but it's not. It's not. Which kind of upset most of the animals right here. The Union Palace, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And they were like, um, "Doing what's best for my people, of course." Yeah, this did not sit right with a lot of nations. So they kicked Norway out of the war. They announced they're not on their side, and they're gone. And soon a coalition might be formed on Norway over this violent invasion. So yeah, they're like, you were supposed to help out Bulgaria, and you're not doing that. So yeah, we're forming a coalition. So yeah, Norway, Bulgaria, Caspia, Awen, and Mongolia announces a coalition will start to take down Norway. Now we head to Madagascar. King Julian VI announces that they're going to start a campaign against South against Africa now. Since they want to help out Ethiopia now. And they just this will help them. Yeah, this will help the Somalians and Ethiopians out to make sure that they're just focused on, well, north of Africa instead of like south. So yeah, Madagascar did them a favor and may manage to successfully take them over here. So yeah, this war is kind of long. And it's last over 100 years from now. So yeah, this is the longest war we've seen yet. So yeah. Let's see. Ah, okay. And let's see. Yeah, the switch got updated. So yeah. Let me just try to get chat on. So yeah. Right. Wi-Fi is waiting. There. So yeah. Let me get right here. And then. So yeah. There we go. Right here. And no one has commented yet. So yeah. We'll, we'll just wait right here. Just, there. There we go. Yeah, Crablandia. Well, this front is starting. Is there strongest yet? Because nothing much has happened. So, Madagascar is just on. And now we got Crablandia Elita next. And they shift their focus back to a large defense. So yeah, they strike back Canada right here. And it's just back and forth war. So yeah, they did another offense right here. And now they almost got a big front right here. So yeah. Graplania Elita is still kind of strong, but how strong is it? Oh yeah, North China, forgot. Yeah, North China right here and South China. So yeah, they supplied their coalition of Mongolia, which was generous of them. They're like, thank you, thank you. So yeah, they took some of the islands right here from Norway that they once gained, and then they just stopped. Just now they're going to help out, well, this nation to get the rest of their land. So yeah, this is starting total combat for Norway. So yeah, the Netherlands is now going to take a turn, and they, of course, they got a new leader named Madrid. Egypt announces their support to Western Africa and in this one, but they're going to try and get West Africa some saving. So yeah, they continue to expand, but it was still pretty bad. It is, well, so yeah, they managed to connect successfully, but they're still very slow, slower than Cyborg and Justice League. Not one just. Crablandia Elita is now back. Yeah, and they're taking every turn to take down Udia. They successfully grabbed Greenland, and they're starting to see. Um, should we save them? Let's see. So yeah, this is because the Dutch are now focused on Norway instead of just helping stopping that elite. So yeah, Crablandia is starting to take more of Udia, more and more. Caspia, it's Caspia's turn. So yeah, they got a new leader named Robert. So yeah, Monkley isn't in this. Bluedia is Bluedia time. And their best option is create Fort Blue 1. So yeah, Fort Blue 1. So yeah, this is in order to make sure that their city is safe. So yeah, Argentina is next. And they decide to get a new leader. So yeah, the Philippines announces it will support, well, they're being forced to support Madagascar. So yeah, Madagascar makes another attempt, and this time it goes successful. So yeah, they took over much of these northern lands right here. So yeah, and now they start to focus more into South Africa. So yeah, ignore this space right here. Keep away from the mountains, and then cross through the river, and then is pretty simple. Simple and repeat. Now we head over to Africa Leader. What do they do? The nation is collapsing and everything's going bad for them. Well, they expand. So yeah, they decide to take more of, well, try to take back some land. And they're starting to try to focus on, well, this nation of groups, since it might not be that bad if you try to get King Julian. There's three nations against you. What you do? Well, take down King Julian. That's what they think. Africa Elliot tries another turn, and this time they expanded literally to what, like here. And this time it's going to try to attack up north. So yeah, it strikes Afston, got Afston back, and then right here, the Philippines have now approached. Sunland is here, and then they decide they are going to support and well, dude, but anyways, they're going to announce they're going to support Sunland. So yeah, they announced they're going to support Sunland right here. So yeah, Sunland for a long time has been pretty peaceful until it was annexed by the Philippines. So yeah, Philippines was kind of independent. Well, Japan was independent, but that's it. Japan and Korea were independent, and that it was time for their time. But they announced they're going to support. See, they announced they'll support Ethiopia, Somalia. See, now Ethiopia, Somalia is the biggest. Well, not the biggest, but they managed to strike towards the lakes right here, and it kind of go up, but not really. So yeah, they're always at mid beacon. So yeah, it's kind of deal. So yeah, West Africa gets a large expand. So yeah, they expanded down south and managed to conquer a lot of lands right here. So yeah, they conquered both through the rivers and started to take a little more central. So yeah, Mexico announces, yeah, we're fighting back, and Mexican rebels start popping up everywhere in the city. So yeah, Mexico has announced its rebellion right here. Mexico is rising up against the North American Empire. That's what they're calling it, right? Ethiopia, Somalia is now here, and they get to start to connect more of Central Africa. This front was pretty big to stop, but after a while, the managed got free. Take some rivers right here, and is now starting to take over a little more of the economy. So yeah, that starts. Yeah, they're starting to fall apart. So yeah, Argentina now gets a turn, and they start to expand more south. They start over their campaign and start to take over much of the lanes. So yeah, they'll move down by the south by Pacifica Alita, but we'll see. The Netherlands, yeah, they now are going to try and strike back against Norway. For a long time, they have been pretty crazy, but now they're going to start to lose a lot of it. So yeah, they met in St. Petersburg, get to the castle end, and this is going to probably become the end of Norway. Now, Pacifica Alita, it gets a small expand, which they now have a great strategy in their mind. They do not, well, that wasn't a great strategy, but still, they're starting strategies now to show that they can still do damage. And now they need the Netherlands. So yeah, they continue a large expand, taking some islands right here, and they are starting to take back some lands right here. And then they announce Norway is afraid. So yeah, they separated them into, and then now they start to invade more north. Not cross too many rivers so that they can give them land, but it'll be good. Now, and Pacifica Alita strikes back again with a large speed. They cross through the rivers right here, start taking over these lands right here, and it's starting to roll. And there's also been successfully gained some lands right here. So yeah, Pacifica Alita is still trying to take out Argentina and Bearish and Ligo, but it's struggling in stalemate. South China announces the support of Madagascar, and they continue with a large expand. So yeah, this time they started their strategy. This time not crossing the mountains. They crossed Fort South Africa, captured the city, and now Fort Zimbabwe got starting to get destroyed. So yeah, next up, Arabia. It announces it'll support Ethiopia, Somalia. So yeah, the elite nations that were once elites, yeah, they're helping out the nations that are not once soon be elite. So yeah, this is kind of doomed. So yeah, they need help now, right now. Oh, Persia, I forgot about it. So yeah, there's Persia right here, and they announced they'll support Caspian in this war against Norway. This coalition, but it's still somewhat of a war. It's still somewhat, which goes successfully, and now Caspia gain all the land they want. They announced they'll support England, Siberia, and the Netherlands. So yeah, that's kind of it. Myanmar supports India, well, Madagascar, of course, in this war. And then medium expands for everyone. So yeah. South Africa is starting to get destroyed a lot more. So yeah, well, yeah, they are on their last legs. This nation is on its last legs. England, Siberia is now makes its first move, and it's going to do a large expand. They meet up with the Caspians and start to work together to just take out Norway and all others for their own gain. For their own gain. They encircle the country right here, and it's heading straight for Fort 4. So yeah, that's pretty. So yeah, now Africa Alita, what do? They just get a new leader, and it's not even a good one. So yeah, Pan is getting Pan. Mexico continues its like rebellion right here, taking Mexico town, crossing its lands to connect with each other. So yeah, Mexico announces it is now going to try and take out this whole nation. So yeah, Myanmar is next. It is announced it'll support for Madagascar. So yeah, they successfully take Fort South Africa, and start to cross through more of the rivers down south. Take some major cities and cross through the river. Seeing this mount right here, they go up, and now they start to take over some lands right here. Now, South China isn't going to do much. Federation of the Lugo is. They now make one attempt to get past right here. So yeah, they reach through the major cities, get through this right here, and then luckily, so yeah. Drablina Elita is not going to respond to this. They announce a new leader named Jin has announced they're going to take power. So yeah, they announced this elite system is not working, but they want to make a deal that makes sure Crablandia stays top big in a way. Not too big, but Crablandia, they want to make Crablandia still exist without much land lost. So yeah, they want to make a deal. Mexico, Ludia, and also the Dutch in a way, and they promise to help support them in this coalition. So yeah, Crablandia got new leaders. So yeah, they announced a tree will be drawn up, making this the third nation to lead this weird, well, this long-lasting war for over 100 years. So yeah, they're going to do a treaty with Mexico first. Starting off, they're going to give them some of the land they want. So yeah, they managed to take Mexico town. So yeah, they give them all their lands that they were wanting. So yeah, but not. They're going to give them most of the lands they will need. They not want, but there's some land that they just want to keep. Like right here, yeah, up in California, they want to make sure there's a few lands that are fair. Like Central America, they do not want to be part of Mexico. So yeah, they just give them their independence and then just leave. Because this will be a planned independence nation. Ludia, they want to give Ludia most of their land back. And they apologize to them too for this back and forth conflict. So yeah, they give them all the lands that they need so that they can just forgive them. They want to start trade since before the Crablandia Union formed. So yeah, Crablandia is now starting to be less like an elite. They made laws that now are fair to more people than others, and then Crablandia announces it's going to lead much of the nations that wanted independence to leave. They asked Central Asia, well, Central America, if they wanted to get independence. And they said yes. So yeah, they did that, and now nation number one is independent. Central Asia, or Central America, or the Central. So yeah, this did cause little issues with the borders since they wanted some of the lands right here, but Mexico, yeah, they were just too nice to Mexico, and they give them Mexico DC, which, to be understandable, they understand it. The war was taking too long. They had to stay hidden for many decades. So yeah. they understand why they give it to Mexico. It's just sad that they want Mexico DC. So yeah. Central, so yeah. This is gone. And this next nation they want to give independence to is just been wanting independence for a long time. So yeah. Which is, well, this nation is pretty familiar, but kind of a, so yeah, this is the Caribbean. So yeah, let me see if I got this right. The Caribbean Union. So yeah, the Caribbean Union is back under one nation. So yeah, they managed to give them all these lands back, and the Caribbean is now back to its one nation. So yeah, they kicked the lead out, and now is done for sure. Hopefully. So yeah, but there is still a big thing right here, and they want now Mexico would want a little more land, or the independent California. They want to give the most fair advantage of them all, but they decided, you know what, we're gonna make another nation too. So yeah, they brought back Beastland. So yeah, Beastland is back under the nation of Yellow. So yeah, Beastland is back. Cheers for them. So yeah, Beastland is managed to become a new nation right here. So yeah, this is the whole continent of it. Not, not the whole continent, but a good chunk. Good chunk. Good chunk. So yeah, this is home once again. Beastland is back, but did get all its land back. A good chunk this time. So yeah, they also gained Florida back. So yeah, that's kind of a fair deal for them. And then give them Jimmy Tower free and New York back. They don't give this back right here because that's still important for trade. So yeah, they just want trade for this. So yeah, they don't fully give them back. Treblandia Leader is also going to let California be an independent nation. But then it'll just be. So yeah, this is now the newest nation right here. California is given independence. So yeah, their new leader is kind of peaceful. He's anti-elite, and they believe the elites are pretty much evil. And he will announce that there will be a meeting with them inside at the year 200 and 1/5. They announced there will be a meeting, but not today. We won't see it today. You might see it tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyways, they decided to give the whole, well, not the whole, but a good chunk. Yeah, this is managed to become a pretty big state right here. So yeah, this might be the biggest we see in California, but probably not in mainlands right here. So yeah, they gain all these lands right here. So yeah, California does return back to their own lands. And Crablandia, so yeah, Crustyism does return. So yeah, this comes Crablandia back again. And then they announced Crablandia Alita will now return back as one state. Crablandia under Gen was great, but Crablandia is way better than it has ever been so far. But they also want to give a few more states independence. First of all, in order to try not to start that war with Louis again, they decided, yeah, let's try and make at least a few more states, even if they want state. But next up, they got give the North Pole independence. So yeah, the North Pole will be given independence. Right here. So yeah, this whole nation right here is an independent. They were given all these arms right here, and will now have the whole thing. So yeah, this is announced to be the newest nation records formed. They don't get this, of course, but they're still good. They're still good. Now, next up, we got, well, there's another nation right here we got for. And this nation we got reformed is, well, Karma, boy. So yeah, they released Karma. So yeah, there was a group of people that wanted to be independent, but a lot of them got removed from the lobby. So yeah, they released Karma and put the last few people that were in Karma back to right here. So yeah, they released. It's not a big state like most, but it's still good. It's still good. And it's a nation surrounded by a bigger power. So yeah, of course it will happen. And they announced Krablandia will never invade another nation ever again until 220. They'll supply other nations, but not give them a instruction for like 250. So yeah, Karma is back, but who else will come back? So yeah, they decided, you know what, we're bringing back the Mushroom Kingdom. So yeah, the Mushroom Kingdom is also returned. Bro, I am Eden. Bro, welcome, Keys Edits. Welcome back, Keys. So yeah, the Mushroom Kingdom is back, and they also got. So yeah, they also got their leader back too. That was once a living survivor in an elite. So yeah, this was an old elite from a nation, but they managed to regain back their kingdom back, and this is the Mushroom Kingdom. So yeah, this this was a really big state back then, and it's now, well, right here. So yeah, Canada might return, but we'll see. Yeah, much of Canada was formed under different cultures, different religions, well, different a lot of things, but most importantly, they're different in ways that they will not see yet. Anyways, the Mushroom Kingdom got all these lands back. So yeah, they also gained these lands back right here. So yeah, I remember there being like an elf nation right here, but I think that was probably from the deleted world, but we'll be fine. We'll be. So yeah, the igloo right here. Yeah, they decide to take the rest of it right here. So yeah, I think this might be it for the nation that's gone separate. Uh, it could be more, it could be less. You'll see. Fine. But so yeah. This is now the new nations right here. Two new. The Mushroom Kingdom and Calm. And also Beastland, Mexico, Caribbean, Central America, and California. So yeah. Now those, but there is one more, and that Travelania does not want to have again, which is bringing back animals. So yeah, they decided to let the Mushroom Kingdom annex that too, so that they do not cause more trouble again. So yeah, they're like, yeah, let's not try to get that nation back again. So yeah, the Mushroom Kingdom was like, thank you. And they could be Canada in a way, but they might not be Canada. But we still got a few more nations. We got still a few more nations. So yeah, we got a few more nations to go with Crabland. Now, the next nation we're going to give independence to is, well, Quebec. Quebec was an old nation for a long time. And now we need to bring it back. So yeah, they were given back their independence. And Quebec is successfully integrated back into a new nation. Quebec City, Zack City, definitely was a name that changed for my first war. So yeah, but this is still kind of pretty big. There is some lands that they're going to keep. So yeah, Quebec is back. Is back from the dead, and it's greater than it's ever been. So yeah, Quebec is back and better than ever before. So yeah, well, there's Duke again. But anyways, now we got the next nation on our list. So yeah, Grablandi. So yeah, there's a few nations I won't break. I will not break. Plantalia was a nation that was always wanted to join Grablandia. So yeah, Alaska is staying, but there is a few nations that they want to keep. So yeah, but the last nation that will get independence is Alaska. It is going to be Alaska right here. So yeah, Alaska was a nation that has a complicated history, but it was mostly just to try and defeat. Uh, it was mostly its own nation, either part of California mostly, or just a nation of its own. That's it. But anyways, so yeah, let me see. Where's the last? So yeah, it was either mostly independent or it was just destroyed. Well, it was either independent or into another nation. So yeah, those are there is no middle. So yeah, let me find Alaska real quick. So yeah, I think we just make it like this. Let me find. See, let me find. Uh, Alaska. See it. Let's see what. So I can get its color. So yeah, where is Alaska? Because it's kind of important to the world. It's important to the world. Where is Alaska? So yeah, Alaska, Alaska, Alaska. Ah, Alaska. Alright, it's developed. Alright, develops good. So yeah, sometimes glitches right that, but I don't know how I could fix that. But I don't know how I'll fix it, but we'll see. So yeah, let's see where nations is. So yeah, let's see where Alaska. There's Alaska. Alright. Nope, nope, nope. And this purple nation. It was like purple right here. So yeah, this purple, this purplish reddish nation. So yeah. So yeah, Alaska. Alaska is independent now. It has it was either independent or part of California before it was annexed to Alita, Craplania, Alita. So yeah, but they still see some importance in keeping British Columbia. So yeah, they don't want to fully get rid of their coastline. They're still going to keep some of it because look, it's well, it's their coastline to the Pacific. So why would they get rid of it? So yeah, they decided that they're going to keep that coastline right here. So yeah, they announced it, and they're like, understandable. You're free of many nations. So yeah, they now have coasts to the Pacific, Atlantic, and Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, this is now the new map of Crabland. So yeah, there's now two elite nations left, and one is standing while the other is falling. One shall stand, and the other shall fall. So yeah, they continue their war on both sides. So yeah, this treaty lasted a while, but it was successful, and many nations come out of it. So yeah, this is probably going to lead to a game over since now this is here. So yeah, next nation, Argentina. Seeing this expand, this failure of the elites, they now start to advance up to North Chile. So yeah, the others, the Arabians, knew this is going to be getting old for the elite. So yeah, they announced they're supplying more and more of Madagascar. So yeah, Madagascar moves up and announces this is going to be the land they're going to get for now. They're going to stop here and let the others take care of Africa. So yeah, they sign a deal with Africa leader, and they will let the others handle it. They'll supply them and make sure that the elites are done. Caspia is supplying alien Siberia, Syria, which continues to get a large expand, reaching up to Fort 4, and then announces they split them in two, so very successfully. And then Norway is kinda. Beastland announces, well, they're rebellion, but they announce that their Ludia is now their hero. So yeah, a hero that stands on to take out Trablania Elita. And now, as they are the oldest nation, and only nation in the world. So yeah, Persia is announcing they're supplying the Dutch right now. And so Bluedia will supply the Dutch, and they announce they'll join the coalition with them. So yeah, Norway gets split in two, and then they kept going up into Finland and getting some of the Siberian lands. So yeah, they now managed to get the coast of Finland, and they knew Norway is about to become destroyed. North China announces their managed to get in. They announced they'll make a new faith right here. They announced in order to back wavism, they created a new religion. They call this, but they want to make a new nation. This will be called, a new religion will be called the United Asian Belief. So yeah, this was announced by China in order to make sure that this war does not happen again. So yeah, this is announced to the world, and some believed it. So yeah, there are start to be religions founded, and this is going to make many nations want to change sides. New leaders are real common now, and forwards are kind of unnecessary now. So yeah, their next nation is Persinia, which they're still going to supply the elites in Ethiopia. But for now, adopted religions is less common. So yeah, until they get this war finished, which they're going to figure out the new nations of the world. So yeah, and they're going to try and destroy this nation of Africa. Now California announces they're going to join the war against Pacifica, and they're going to supply Argentina. So yeah, the elites did not last long. So yeah, the elites are now soon going to end up realizing, yeah, elitism is a bad idea. So yeah, but Africa elite was like, we're still strong, we can win, and they decided to take Afsin away from West Africans. Ethiopia Small was like, give it up. And they were like, really. South China supplied for Madagascar. But Madagascar was like, yeah, we're going to supply Ethiopia Somalia. So yeah, which they got a new leader. So yeah, United Manchuria was like, yeah, we're supplying Ethiopia some all. So yeah, they kept going, expanding more and more down south, and they see Ethiopia is starting to fall in pieces. So yeah, and then when Mika gets captured, let me do this. As the capital of Mika gets captured, the nation announces the surrender of this country. This became the end of the African front. As they announced, elitism is dead. Ethiopia, Somalia, Greece, and now the borders shall be opened down. So yeah, now they made a new treaty, which will soon probably end Ethiopia, well, which will probably end this nation. So yeah, Africa Elita is announced it's going to get split in many pieces. Now let's see the treaty. Now starting off, we're going to see new nations start to appear. So yeah, the first nation that's going to lead is the Afghan Congo, Shan Kong. So yeah, this is going to lead the pretty shocked, but not that shocked. This will be the new nation that will form right across the rivers right here between Fort Congo and this right here. So yeah, the Congo is much more united right now, and this caused a lot of greatness in their country. So yeah, Afghan Congo managed to gain independence, but on the other hand, we're going to see. So yeah, this is going to be the next country that the next country leaving is just Zimbabwe or Zambia. So yeah, Zambia would leave the next nation. So yeah, this will leave. Well, this will lead the Congo to just desert. So yeah, Zambia gains its city right here, and then they announce themselves as Angola. So yeah, Angola was theorized to be just like Africa Elita, but not really. They shift their color to a dark red, and then announces, yeah, this is done. So yeah, we're done with this nation. We're not going to get any more from this thing. So yeah, Ethiopia leader decided to make some new countries right here. The first nation they want to get is a big one, and that is the Congo. So yeah, the Congo is this big nation right here, and it's right here. So yeah, the Congo is now independent. It's this big one right here. So yeah, they might take me. They're not going to give Mika, but they're going to get a good chunk right here. So yeah, this is here now, and Mika is now right here. So yeah, this is now the Congo back in place. So yeah, that is the first part. Now let's get to the second part. And they're going to bring back the Mika Federation, but not under a federation. They're going to bring it back under a republic. So yeah, this brown nation right here is not going to be the same as the original color, but it's still gold. Fort Zimbabwe 1 is now right here. And this is now the new nation right here. And the other thing is they're going to let a vote in Tanzania. Do they want to be independent? Not. And a slim vote happens and they decide yes. So yeah, this was a nation that was long overdue and they just wanted independence. Wait. So yeah, they got their full independence after a while. So yeah, Tanzania leads after a long time. So yeah, Tanzania is now formed right here. And this is what they got. It's pretty good. And it managed to let many nations to spring up right here. Now, oh yeah, Angola right here. So yeah, let me just do this right here. But anyways, Ethiopia, Somalia. So yeah. So yeah, this is known as Central Africa. So yeah, they were like, this is Central Africa. But West Africa was like, nope, this is West. They're going to say this is West Africa. So yeah, there's now an issue right here. Which one is Central Africa right here? And the answer is no one, because they're both Central Africa. Because there's two of them right. One right here, which is owned by Tanzania. So yeah. But now it's time for them to divide up. But there's going to be something pretty big. They're going to announce that West Africa is getting destroyed. It's done. They're tired of the nation. But they announced Carthage is now a real nation. So yeah, Carthage has gained its independence. They announced the nation of right here, and then it is just said and done. Carthage is now independent. They never wanted this, but they are glad they're leaving. Although it was pretty still damaged. So yeah, that happened. But now they got the next nation to target now. And this is now, it is time to let go of a nation and bring it forth. Now, the next nation they're going to release is Central Africa. So yeah, they're both Central Africas. So yeah, but this difference is it became more independent than just this becomes a puppet state of this. But this new nation right here is independent, unlike West Africa, because they don't have the stability of it. So yeah, it is calm done. So yeah, and they can just try to go down south, but There'll be other. The next country to leave this forsaken of West Africa is Morocco. Morocco, for a long time, doesn't like it, and this will be proven by this. So yeah, Morocco immediately leaves. Immediately leaves. Any nation that will join it. So yeah, this is probably the most destroyed nation of all time. So yeah. And now we got another split right here, which is Nigeria. So yeah. Not Nigeria, but more like Nigeria. So yeah. This nation gains independence. And it became the backbone of the nation. So yeah. Nigeria is, well, Niger, of course, but Niger is now independent from West Africa. So yeah, there were still consequences for that happening. So yeah, now it has to lose a lot of land. So yeah, and the final nation to get its independence is Cameroon. So yeah, Cameroon just immediately leaves. No question asked. So yeah, Cameroon is independent. So yeah, this is done for. Cameroon is Nigeria. So yeah, this is kind of done for. And now West Africa is now isolated right here. This is what they got left. Africa is chaotically big. There's a big power right here. And we got a street. But but they announced there is one elite left. And that elite is right here. And they announced the world that they're going to stop this thing no matter what. So yeah, all large expands are announcing they're going to supply both guns to it and make sure that this nation never gets formulated. Mexico announces it will supply Argentina. So yeah, which goes pretty well. So yeah, right here, they managed to supply a big supply right here. So yeah, it happens, and Argentina is big. So yeah. Next nation, Zambia, can't do much. Western Africa announces it'll supply Federation of Lugo, but they're conflict. So yeah, they can't do much. So yeah, they stay away from the forts, and now they just head out to the rainforest. So yeah, they started to get more and more woods right here. So yeah, that happens in the Federation of Lugo. Is all the land they got. Monkley is now here, and they decided, you know what, can we have Fort Monk back, China? And they're like, sure. So yeah, they took Fort Monk back, and then story ends, of course. The Caribbean Union announces, yeah, we are going to declare war on them. We'll aid them, but we're now mainly focused on taking back old lands. So yeah, they took back Caracas, and now they just started to focus more on south. And thanks to the supplies of, well, Central America, they successfully take a fort of Caribbean. So yeah, there's now a free front war. Yeah, Caribbean is good, no doubt. Karma, boy. Caribbean Union is back to strike back. They took more of the lands right here, and is now headed to help out the Federation of Alita. Pacifica Alita was like, nah. So yeah, they start heading on, well, them right here, coming to take back Caracas. Yeah, it didn't go well for them. Still good, not not the best. So yeah, they struck back hard. So yeah, which kind of destroyed some of their forces. But hopefully they get supplied. So yeah, but Pacifica Elita is starting to think, yeah, we're invincible now. So yeah, they took over Caribbean. Yeah, they announced they're never surrender. Even if they don't. How much supplies they get, they're never surrender. So yeah, they are starting to kind of destroy some of their allies. Right? That failed invasion made Caribbean want to leave the war. So yeah, they do not know what to do. Whereas India, on the other hand, being stacked, yeah, we're not surrendering too, and the whole world is going against you. So yeah, you better surrender now, or you're going to take you down very bad. That's what Pers India says. Central Africa was like, we're rebuilding, so yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're rebuilding, we're good. I'm crippled, but I'm still in it, so yeah. Afghan Congo was like, yeah, we're done. We're still rebuilding. Persia was like, I'm with you, but we need a little rebuild. So yeah, we need time, alright? Mongolia was like, I'm a landlocked nation, so can't go anywhere. And she was like, too far. Brazil was like, come on, fine. And then, so yeah, many nations side, let's leave South America alone. It's just one elite nation. How bad could it be? And yeah, you're, and now they gotta fight this nation on their own. So yeah, they're not going to supply you, even though they said they would. They're not going to do it. So yeah, the Nordic Union is back to hopefully fight back against this nation right here. They take back some of their lands right here, and they want to make a deal with them. So yeah, they'll let them have a lot of their lands back. In exchange, they promise to pay war reparations. So yeah, but they were like, you still killed Kazakhstan, we're going to take you down. And then you're able to talk in peace. Mexico's like, I'll supply you, Libya. But what they didn't know, yeah, Pacifico lead hijack that supplies and bring them to them. Which, oh no, it's going to cause expand. So yeah, Argentina is kind of done for. They might have submitted their down. These two submitted their. So yeah, Caspia was like, oh no, how did they do that? Lee was like, How did they do it? So yeah, Central America's like, yeah, let's try it. We should not try it. So we try again. Next was like, it's up to you. You want some people kidnapping people and your supplies? They're like, but we're close. So yeah, they luckily slimly see them, but they got into the camps. Yeah, the Caribbean was like, all right, we're taking you down, and they destroy the ships. So yeah, their navy, how is it that strong? Well, before the elites fall, in the Philippines, many navy ships fleed, taking Mongolian, Mesopotamian, Egyptian, African, and combine it into one navy. So yeah, their navy is the strongest in the world right now. So yeah, they took over part of Mississippi right here, and then keep going up. So yeah, they're like, what do we do? They are destroying us. Congress like, well, you're doomed. You're doomed. Doom. Doomsday. We'll return to Doomsday, and we'll try to supply you. So yeah, this time they have a different plan. They want to make sure they get to travel India through Beastland, do right here. So yeah, they wanted to do that. Traveling was like, alright, but the problem came when it comes to Beastland. They were like, nah, you're not going to supply them. This would be a waste of supplies. And they just took it. So yeah, it wasn't even them who took it. It was Beastland. So yeah, they just took supplies until don't try that again. And they head back to Mexico. So yeah, no, it's a bad idea. So yeah, Madagascar was like, I will supply Argentina weapons. And they managed to successfully gain a lot of land back. They managed to gain these lands back. And then they are successful, but will it be enough? We don't know. Argentina takes another offense, striking down south and connecting right up here. And now they managed to expand back up here and successfully connected up here. Now, Ethiopia, Somalia. Seeing this, they're like, alright. Quarterback was like, alright. Tibet's like, alright. Alright. Yeah, we're still supplying. So yeah, they continue going up, reaching out to Fort of Knights, and it was successful. They captured their first part of the forts of Knights. So yeah, there's a lot of them. I don't know why. But you can see. Niger was like, alright. Ethiopia was like, alright. Western Kingdom was like, we announced, uh, each announces that, yeah, we announced that we will supply Caribbean again. So yeah, they announced the supply of Caribbean, seeing that their advances, announced, yeah, we're taking the by surprise. They took some of their arms right here, this time focusing slowly and surely on the islands. Then they took Venezuela up here, taking Caribbean, and now they advance up right here, and now come off to the Pacific. So yeah, this is looking bad for Pacifica. So yeah. Oh yeah, there's the real purple right here. That's the real purple. So yeah. Pacific was like, yeah, we're good. Angola was like, we will supply Argentina with weapons. So yeah. it goes pretty bad for Argentina, Chile, well, Pacifica at least. But so yeah, Argentina got a massive boost right here, and now Beeson was like, "Yo, let's try again." You know what? You're we're sorry, Mexico. We'll give you your supplies back. They're like, "Yo, give them to the Savannah, to the Caribbean," and so they did, and they decided to give them to it, which boosted them very great. So yeah, the Caribbean is now heading to get both sides. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, let me see. Ah, hello there, Republic of Congo. Yeah, I made you independent at least. See ya. Hello, Congo. Ah, I could just see ya. Let it just. Yeah, that's way better. See ya. See ya. Republic of Congo, welcome to the series. See ya. Now, the next nation right here. See ya. Crablandia is announced they will supply the Caribbean Union. So yeah, they reach down to the free stage right here, capture 4 of 9s, 2, and then almost meeting with Brazil. So yeah, they announce surrender. So yeah, they will surrender. And so Pacifica Alita, this becomes the end. So yeah, we will see the treaty in here. So yeah, first treaty, um, they get all. So yeah, they got all of Chile. So yeah, this they were like, yeah, we're taking all of Chile. So yeah, they kind of destroyed Chile in a way. So yeah, this is now done. So yeah, now this is probably going to lead to another. Next up, the Caribbean Union is now getting more lanes in Colombia. Colombia, Venezuela. So yeah, they got all these nations right here. So yeah, this is all the land they got right here after the war. So yeah, after this war, they decided to try to make the wars a lot nicer. So yeah, this happened right here. So yeah, Colombia is now part of the Caribbean right here. So yeah, they also gained some islands right here, now making it more like an empire. And then Brazil was like, Federation of Luga was like, yippee, gained land. So yeah, they're happy that the land is gained. It was like, yo, don't try that again. So yeah, the elites are now most likely going to be. So yeah, this is the new Brazil right here. So yeah, this is right here. So yeah, Brazil is now a new nation right here. As for Pacifica Alita, it gets changed to Peru. So yeah, they announced the new nation of Peru is here. So yeah, this is the newest nation right here. So yeah, but this is not just it. So yeah, this isn't just it because they want to destroy a few more. The South American country want to make sure that it stays down. So yeah, they want to make sure that stays down for them. So yeah, they took. So yeah, Argentina took all of its islands right here. So yeah, to make sure that they do not escape. So yeah, all the islands right here, here. So yeah, all these islands right here, that's theirs now. So yeah, this is now Argentina's, and now the next nation to strike. They're now going to try to destroy Peru in many pieces. So yeah, there's now going to be, if you expand, well, they're going to split in many pieces. So yeah, many unique pieces will be split. So yeah, the first nation is South, well, Inner Chile. So yeah, this is kind of like Chile, but not really. Because they don't recognize themselves as Chile, but they are in a way, and they're being forced to by Santiago. So yeah, this is now Chile, but a lot more south, north. So yeah, Chile is independent. Bolivia is independent. So yeah, Bolivia. So yeah, let me see what colors we can use. Red. So yeah, we could use red. So yeah, Bolivia is this new red nation right here. So yeah, this is the newest nation right here that's formed. So yeah, Bolivia is gone. Now we got Peru. Ecuador is now this Brazilian nation right here. This is called Bordozonia. So yeah, no, this is not Morta Chica. This is not Morta Chica. So yeah, but it is close to it. It is close, but not it. So not it. So yeah, they're not close to it, but they're not the farthest. So yeah, they just did in amount of damage to like Peru and more Chico, and to make sure that Peru stays down. Good. So yeah, they made a few more states right here. So yeah, they made a state of whatever nation this could be. It'll be a blue one right here. So yeah, this becomes a new nation right here. Nation one, State of Reed. So yeah, State of Reed is right here. Nation two, we got Colombia. So yeah, Colombia's right here. So yeah, this is Colombia right here. And now we got the next nation right here. Nation 2, Peru. So yeah, we got the next nation being Ecuador. So yeah, Ecuador is the next nation right here. And this is what we got left of Peru. So yeah. Peru, last nation now it's gonna leave, is just gonna be South Peru to Rage Bait. So yeah, this nation is kinda done. So yeah, they are forbidden to unite ever again. Back to more Chico. So yeah, Order Chico is done. So yeah, South Peru and North Peru, they're forbidden to unite. If any unification happens, a coalition will happen. So yeah, by all neighbors. So yeah, this is now what the world is looking like right now. So yeah, many states are not going to be free. But let's talk about the next treaty right here. Yeah, which they were just waiting for the war of elites to finally end. So yeah, they first of all, all in Siberia needs the credits and is going to gain a lot of land. So yeah, we got these lands right here, and they managed to gain a lot of land. It is now touching, well, Siberia now. And this rebuilding for many years has been happening for a long time. Many nations were still recovering from this war that they couldn't afford. So yeah, this is the best they did. So yeah, they made some deals right here to just like, just keep the nations right here not collapsing. So yeah, the next nation that'll get land is the Dutch. So yeah, they're like, yo, don't try that again. We're going, or else we're going to just eliminate you off the map. So yeah, they took lots of land with Q and announces that the Norway has lost the war. So yeah, they do still get some good land right here, but other than that, it's good. But another part of the treaty is Lydia gets these lands back. So yeah, Bludia gains all these lands back from Norway, and now this is what the world looks like now. The nations of the world are here to stay. So yeah. So yeah. We got a lot of separated countries now. And now, for purpose of now, for 10 years, there's going to be many adoptions of religions. Until the year 200 and 2225. That'll be it. There's going to be many foundations, new leaders. Expands will happen, but it'll most likely be deals. Unions could also happen, but not that common. Small splits are also here, and splits are here too. So yeah, that happens. But all are equal. Other than that, they are not expanding. They just got out of a war. It's it's still dangerous to just trust the leads. Like they could be anyone. And not everyone is arrested. Not everyone is arrested. So yeah, they still have a lot of issues to solve. Like what happened to this right here? What happened to Japan? Like what happened? So yeah, King Jun just sent a couple of diplomats to well, the Philippines, and what they found was shocking. So yeah, the Philippines was the one that started this whole elite thing, and it kind of said many nations and discovered that they're trying to rig each nation, but they tried it with India, but a lot of people didn't discover the files, but many of the leaders signed to rip the paper in shreds. So yeah, they tried getting China involved, but that failed before it could be sent. Mongolia was a successful one, but Japan was almost in part of it. But it just got destroyed at the last moment the invasion started. And alright, let me fix this. There. So yeah, at the last moment, they just dished it. It did went successful for some of Africa, but here it obviously went well for Mesopotamia. It successfully united with Egypt, Persia. Europe almost got involved. If there was a leader who was willing to unite with Rome, then he would have done it, but they won't join the leaders until they just got. Plus, they don't want a united Europe again, since it was from Romania that got destroyed. So yeah, they don't want too much happening now. So yeah, Siberia was almost there. So yeah, obviously, the biggest one being Traplandia accepted it, and the whole shebang happened. So yeah, now we enter the first nation, Ethiopia, Somalia, without a religion. So yeah, Ethiopism, Ethiopia. So yeah, there will be many religions that are going to be created, and that there are going to be some that are probably going to join up. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of nations get different faiths. That's it. So yeah, we got many nations lead. So yeah, we got Westernism. So yeah, there's many religions that are going to be with that. Colombia is going to unite with well Ecuador. So yeah, their goal is wanting to recreate Colombia back, but they're not going to see it back from them. Caspia is going to spread a religion. So yeah, their Basilism is was popular across the world. So yeah, and all in Siberia just switch sides. So yeah, we wanted this to happen. So yeah, we was them to just not be a dominant. Just be their religion. So yeah, not theirs. That's it. So yeah, this is a new faith, man. There are many faiths that are starting to get, well, start. They're starting. So yeah, let's just say they start. So because the chaos that happened around the world. So yeah, Leoism is starting. Well, all big religions are starting to fall apart, but we'll see that happens. Bolivia will adopt religion. So yeah, they believe Wavism should be the it for now. Since Peru's a chaotic mess. Caribbean Union is now back, and they're going to adopt religion. Trusteeism is not. They want to go back to unions, which became successful in its own rights. So yeah, some were trying to switch back to their religions. And now Inner Chile will do a major expansion. They made a deal with, well, the Argentines to get them Santiago back. Santiago was successful in getting their city back. So yeah, they can now call themselves the true Chile. But they're like, no form more Chico, alright? We're fine Chile. We're fine Chile. But no more Chico. So yeah, Mexico is next. And it's going to find a rule of its own. So yeah, this is going to be called Mexicoism. Mexican. Well, I don't know. Well, we're going to call it time. That's right. So yeah, there's many religions and ideology shifts across the world. But now we see a deal happen. And that is a deal right here for this coast right here. No, yeah, some of the nation right here, they made a deal right here. Here. So yeah, many deals are happening. But Libya is going to get a new leader. So yeah. Now Quebec gets a new leader. California is getting a small split. So yeah, California did not recover this war. They're good. So yeah, let's make a short. California was the most damaged in the war since they were had to take down Mexico rebels from right here. Now they're going to get Mexican rebels right here. So yeah. So yeah, the North Mexican Federation gets formed right here. So yeah, proving that history will always repeat itself in Mexico. So yeah, bringing back, making this more fragile than ever. Some wanted reasons back, but they just want to keep his things. So yeah, they believe they should not have a leader in return. Some wanted reason back, but other than that, no one wants a leader in that. So yeah, California is struggling financially. So yeah, Madagascar returns, and they announce they're going to adopt a new religion. So yeah, they announce, well, they just keep their same religion. So yeah, that they just keep saying for long time. Vika Republic is going to adopt religion. And once again, they're going to keep the same religion. So yeah. Mexico, adopt religion. So yeah, after a while, they just decide to adopt Christianism back. So yeah. Their Mexican ideology died before I even had a chance. African Congo. So yeah, they're gonna find a religion. So yeah, Africanism. So yeah, it is gonna be this new religion right here. So yeah, this is a lot to impact. The North Pole. So yeah, they decided to take and meet them expand. Another deal was made right here in the islands for just the North Pole, or at least Fort Santa. Although the deal probably most likely not happen, they did manage to gain a lot of these lands, but they do gain a lot of lands, but the Mushroom Kingdom still gained Fort Santa. Now Tanzania gets a new leader. Tibet gets a new leader. Mordazomia gets a medium expand. So yeah, they believe the nations of who could be forming a new empire. So yeah, they decided to just invade, well, more Chico. So yeah, they believe they could be in something devious. They managed to decide to invade right here. They buy some rivers right here and keep going. So yeah, they buy some land right here to make sure they can keep some lands right here. They made the deal with them right here, Brazil, and want to make sure they can be kept in check so that they don't unite back into Mordechai. They do not like it. So yeah, they want to keep their own independence. The Roman Empire will adopt religion. So yeah, after a while, they announced they're going to unite under Cleopas. So yeah, they managed to unite Cleopas back to one nation. So yeah, that. Next up, Cameroon. They found a religion. Caramel. So yeah. So yeah, they found caramel. And this religion is the most dominant of them all. It was after they think this caramel can save lives by just pouring on the skin. And most of the people believed it. So yeah, that's the reason how. South Peru gets a new leader. Vika Republic, new leader. Beastland, new leader. Hopefully it's Jimmy. Yep. Let's make this back to Jimmy. Welcome back, Jimmy. Anyways, Central America, new leader, 220. Caribbean Union, made him expand. So yeah, they believe they should be right. So yeah, they decided this nation is a threat to their stability, and they start to invade that in case some elites are, and they believe there should be elites in here, which, spoiler alert, they did not find. So yeah, they made a lie that was more lie than Pinocchio growing his nose. So yeah, they called it bamboozling. Crablandia believes it was just fake news for for the Caribbean to gamble. And that's right, you're right. Madagascar, they announced a new religion. They're going to create their own religion. After a long while of waiting, they announced it was called Madism. So yeah, Madagascar announced so as its new religion is formed. So yeah, the Madism is not mad. That they just want to make a new its own like own religion. It is similar to what Bolivia wants to make sure it keeps its religion right here, but somewhat similar. Tanzania gets a new leader. Central America founds a religion. So yeah, this is called centralism. So yeah, they believe the world should revolve around the centrals, the center of the world, which is right here. Central Africa finds a religion. So yeah, they believe it's centralism in Africa. So yeah, many different beliefs are started here. First, India gets a new leader. Myanmar gets a new leader. Out in Siberia gets a new leader. Chile adopts a religion, which is Wavism. So yeah, Carthage adopts a religion. And the answer is Messianism. So yeah, they still believe they should have banned Saharism, even though it managed to benefit, because they believe it was a bad religion that should be believed in the first place. So yeah, they believe they are frauds and that the Sahara region is also frauds. So yeah, Caspia gets a new leader. Argentina, new leader. Arabia will adopt a religion. And for a long time, Messianism was the religion that they stated. Until now, which they adopt Cleoism right here. Philippines is going to unite, but they are not, they are forbidden to unite with anyone else other than themselves. So yeah, they keep it low key and chill. They're not going to take down you. A1 Siberia gets a new leader. So yeah, North Pole is going to unite. So yeah, they finally unite with the Mushroom Kingdom to form one nation. And it's going to be called, well, it's bringing back Canada, but so yeah, they want to bring back Canada back. So yeah, they want to create Goofy Goober. Alright, they brought back Central Canada. Yeah, he is a good figure, of course, but we're not. We're now ahead. So yeah, we should make the new Canadian cities right here more like this right here. See, too similar to Ludia, but so yeah, this is now Central Canada again. So yeah, but Preblania was like, don't let us do that. Alright, there are. Mexico is back and gets a new leader. Zambia is back and they found a religion. So yeah, Zambia. So yeah, they just call it Zambia and that's it. Central Africa, new leader. Chile, new leader. Central America gets a split. So yeah, a civil war will start. So yeah, the anti-centrals. So yeah, they believe they should have lands right here. That they shouldn't be like a central U. This is mostly from the south right here. Panama City right here, down south right here. Nicaragua. Yeah, this is all the nations right here. So yeah, they're going to take control of the country. Caspia is next, and they found a new religion. So yeah, they announced Caspianism is returned back to its nation. So yeah, not just as its own religion, but now it's here. Beastland gets a new leader. So yeah, Anna, of course. Persia, new leader. Finally, to end the age of silence, they're going to adopt a new religion, which is Atheianism. So yeah, this is probably what the religion map is going to look like for a long while. So yeah, a bunch of religions got formed. Some disappeared, some are here. But now, what's good, it's here to stay. So yeah, now we head to a new age. An age of, well, so yeah, the age of, well, remodernization. They announce, yeah, founding religions is not that easy, but they announce all the world is now recovered. So yeah, they think they should try and make a better society. And to do that, they announce the first United Nations having. So yeah, the first United Nations are now formed between many states. So yeah, Ludi announces the formation of the League of Unions between Ludia, Krablania, the Netherlands, Rome, Egypt, Ethiopia, Somalia, Madagascar, and China. Those are the nations that are invited. So yeah, now they agreed that Krablania and Ludia are the two main leaders. So yeah, and they can just be the ones who can lead the top votes. They're middle votes, but they believe it's similar to the elite system. And they're like, no, we're not doing that. Already, they're like, okay then. And then they just like, we're not forming this nation. So yeah, Bluedia and Crablandia decided, yeah, we're now going to form 89 nations of America. So yeah, the United Nations of America include Bluedia, Crablandia, Quebec, Central Canada, Karma, Alaska, California, Beastland, Mexico, Caribbean Union, Argentina, and the Federation of Bolivia. So yeah, those are the United Nations of America. Now, the Philippines is back, and they announced they're changing up the religion to, well, United Asian Belief. So yeah, they believe they should try to well, bring back. So yeah, they believe they should try and make a new nation for start to form. Sunland is here, and they also adopt a religion. So yeah, United Asian Belief is starting to rise in popularity. So yeah, this happens, but they're now going to declare war on this nation right here. And they announce that this is going to become the war that they need to be prepared for to get land. They're like, we need more land. And the Meek Republic is like, oh no. So yeah, North Peru, they're going to adopt a religion. So yeah, to make sure that it ends, they now adopt Wavism. So yeah, that. Now Quebec is here, and now they're adopting religion. So yeah, they're like, can we adopt Buddhism? The Crablandia was like, sure. We don't mind switching religions. You're good. So yeah, they managed to connect more to Bluedia than Crablandia. So yeah, Canada could also do that more too, but we'll see how. Western Africa is adopting religion. Yeah, they prove themselves to be more failures by just adopting this religion, their old religion, after their new religion got hated. So yeah, that religion immediately died as well. Argentina, sides, yeah, Bolivia is not that successful. So yeah, they took, they believed it was a failed state and that this should be destroyed immediately. So yeah. Central America is back, and they decided we're adopting Protestantism back to our nation. Since you want to act like that. So yeah. Travelinia's return, and they decided, yeah, this needs to go now. So yeah, Travelania announces that North Mexico is a Avengers level threat that they got from the Avengers movie. So yeah, they managed to got that from them. So yeah, Argentina is announced that their religion is going to be switched to neo-unionist. So yeah, biggest surprise of the bunch. Why did they change that? Yeah, that's right. Tibet is here, and they spread their religion. Cleoism. So yeah. So yeah, they spread Cleoism back to Madagascar, their biggest nation, thanks to a bunch of India. So yeah, India forced them to return back. So yeah. So yeah, we're seeing many faith switches. So yeah, Caribbean Union is back, and then it sides. Yeah, we knew centralism was a bad idea, so we're switching it up. Just, but they didn't know that they switch on it. So yeah, that Ludia is announcing a small expansion. So yeah, Ludia is more a conqueror now, but why? So yeah, they announce they'll just buy some land for Hugh, and then announces Morocco is going to become part of Ludia. So yeah, that was a big thing that happened. So yeah, they announced Ludia Morocco is now blue. It's inevitable to be Ludia. So yeah, Ludia and Crablandia are working together for expansion. So yeah, why are they more aggressive? It's the only question. Sunland, uh, and they got a medium expand. So yeah, they decided, yeah, we're taking this land right here, and we're going to make sure that this is ours for a long time. So yeah, they managed to recruit back up and announce itself. They just wrapped the parliament and call themselves Japan again. So yeah, Japan returns. So yeah, Japan is now here and it's big. So yeah, it's kind of big. Yeah, the Mika Republic is now gonna fall apart. So yeah, the army of Mika is now going to lead them. So yeah, they managed to form a military border right here, which is kind of strange. So why is the army right here? Yes, Mika was trying to plan to invade Tanzania. That was their plan, but this invasion destroyed them, and which is believed they were trying to invade Zimbabwe, Tanzania. Now we got Central Africa, and they do a medium extent. They announced the African Wars have started. So yeah, they just steal some lands right here and announce they are meant to try and conquer Central, bring back Central Asia as one nation. And this did not sit right with, well, any nation. The Philippines is now back. So yeah, they decided to just buy some lands off. But not buy them, but they just made a deal. So yeah, they just take some islands and just leave. In exchange, they're gonna set up a military base for Madagascar up here. So yeah, to make sure Japan does not become big like its old Philippine counterpart. Now Morocco is going to respond, but it's going to respond with an ideology still. So yeah, that happens. Now, Mika Republic. Yeah, Mika Republic is doomed. It's doomed. Central Africa. So yeah, they continue to expand more and more, gaining more of these lands. And the Ethiopian Somalians don't do anything. They don't even try to supply it. Why they're not supplying? Well, it's because they still are rebuilt. They could help them, but they need a lot of resources to rebuild. So yeah, Philippines. They adopt a religion, which was their old religion right here. Was right here, but now it's Catholicism here. Yeah, that's good. Central Canada. It gets a large expansion. So yeah, Karma was like, yo, can you join us? And they're like, no. So yeah, they just decided, yeah, we're gonna take them down. So yeah, Karma is not lasting long. So yeah, Karma got the plot treatment. So yeah, where it's just a character that got slammed for no reason. So yeah, they're almost down, but not out. So yeah, this continues on and on and on until there's just small groups right here. So yeah, there's 142 land areas left. West Africa. Yeah, this happened. So yeah, this was inevitable. So yeah, Western Africa is like, yeah, we're done. We're done. West Africa, you have disappointed us. Now we're gonna call. So yeah, the war rebels have started, and it's believed that they are not people. So yeah, they just immediately come from the rivers of right here, and this is a new nation right here. So yeah, they do not like West Africa. They want to control the whole country back again. They want to control the country. So yeah, the war nation wants full control right here, and could also possibly try and take back all this whole land. But we'll see how it goes. Then we got Colombia next. So yeah, Colombia splits away. Ecuador was like, yeah, it was fun while it lasted, but it was too much. So yeah, the Ecuador Union kind of failed already. So yeah, it almost nearly cut him off from the sea too. So yeah, Ecuador. So yeah, now finally we got North China. So yeah, this is a small span. So yeah, and it ends with boom, boom, boom. So yeah, they discovered that Japan has been reformed. They're like, no. So they help. Manchuria decides to help them resist right here, and then to nearly take all of Korea. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, this is what the world looks like now. So yeah, this is what the world finally looks like. After many wars, after many trials and errors, they successfully take down all elites in just a few decades, many decades, of course. But anyways, oh, yeah, that was, wow, how long was this? So yeah, this it was kind of decently long, but it'll be good. Nah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream.